I've always dreamed of traveling to Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore to understand the culture, the religion, the people, and the food in these regions. And my opportunity was realized this December through Holland America Cruise. I traveled by plane, buses, and by train to see these beautiful countryside. And I wasn't disappointed to see the first glimpse of the Indonesian countryside, very, very fertile from volcanic lava. And by train, I could see rice fields near a river where Indonesians live, where they farm their land, and where they fish to sustain their livelihood. The weather was hot and humid, yet these people showed resilience to this harsh weather as they work hard to grow rice and fish for a living. The houses are all above water as they are elevated by bamboo stilts. I would imagine the people live a hard life here as their livelihood is dependent on growing rice and fishing. But they love to tell stories through the dances. The women dance the Javanese dance or Indonesian dance, and they tell stories about fighting through their movements, especially their hands, which are so beautiful and so elegant. They show that art of dancing can imitate life, and of course, life can imitate art. The farm fields of Indonesia are a stark contrast to the modern and technological life in Kuala Lumpur, comprised of high-rise skyscrapers like the Petronas Twin Towers and the Merdeka Tower. The Petronas Towers are known colloquially as the KLCC Twin Towers. It is 88 stories high. Wow, and it stands at 459.9 meters, or about 1,483 feet high. Good afternoon, this is Marcel here, and I've arrived here in Kuala Lumpur. Right behind me is the famous Petronas Tower, 88 floors. Let's take a look above. A huge chandelier, metallic, and you got a Petronas stairs, so we'll discover the downstairs, see what it's like. And let's look around here. We got a shoe store. It's amazing. It's a beautiful mall. And there's the downstairs, all the Christmas decorations. Okay, there's the very top right there. There's the dome. And there are people up there looking down, and we're looking up. Oh, it's amazing. It's a beautiful mall. From 1998 to 2004, they were officially designated as the tallest buildings in the world. You're looking at Yang di Pertuan Agong. He is the King of Malaysia, and he is the constitutional monarch and head of state of Malaysia. He is the supreme head of the Federation. He lives here in this beautiful and magnificent palace just outside of Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia has a rotational monarchy which started when the country gained independence from the British in 1957. The people who governed Malaysia wanted to safeguard their status and power. Before the colonial era, they ruled over independent Malay kingdoms. Today, it seems like the Queen is going out for official business, and she is flocked and protected by guards and policemen in cars. I guess all kings and queens, presidents, prime ministers, and heads of government, they need to be protected from an unpredictable world and people wherever they travel. Malaysia was populated by the Chinese, Indian, people in the Middle East, and later by Europeans, which was fostered by maritime trade. But Malaysia was first colonized at the beginning of the colonial era in Malaysia by the Dutch in 1641 and later the British in 1824 through the Anglo-Dutch Treaty. Many ethnic Indian and Chinese laborers were shipped in by the British to work in mines and plantations. They were granted citizenship when Malaysia's founding fathers laid the groundwork for independence in 1957. Many of the Chinese in Malaysia were brought in by the British in the 19th century to work the tin mines and the rubber plantations as laborers. The increase in trade with India brought coastal people from the Malay world into contact with Hinduism. Thus, Hinduism, Indian cultural traditions, and the Sanskrit language began to spread across the land. For this reason, you see many Chinese, Hindu, and Buddhist temples in Malaysia and also in Indonesia. The Arts and Crafts Tour was very fascinating and eye-catching. There were magnificent wood carvings of animals, birds, Buddhas, women, and many other things, and the paintings were stunning, avant-garde, and as pure as French. These wood carvings and paintings are all found in Ubud, the most well-known area of Balinese artwork today. The majority of artists have always lived and worked in Ubud, known for their particular specialty. Bali is arguably one of the world's most artistic culture. The Balinese are skillful painters, musicians, flower arrangers, wood carvers, dancers, and weavers. In Bali, sometimes it seems like everyone is an artist. When you travel to Indonesia or Malaysia, sometimes you see things that are unusual, like these women riding pink bikes and seeing Brahma statue all over Indonesia, which is a symbol of the creator of the universe. And then a plant, unusual plant growing on the bark of a tree here. These are all unusual things that I have never seen in Malaysia or Indonesia. Coffee. Everybody loves coffee, and Indonesia grows a lot of coffee. Indonesia is also famous for having several specialty coffees such as coffee luwak, or luwak, which is the animal that consumes coffee and in the process, poops it out, and it becomes very, very good tasting coffee, and it's sold all over the world, but it's very expensive. Most coffees from India are highly prized for their complex, spicy flavors, thanks to the rich soils and idyllic growing conditions. Let's talk about cocoa. Cocoa is used for chocolate, and the people in the Philippines, Jakarta, and Sumatra were introduced to cocoa by the Dutch, who brought it to the West Indies in the 1600s. Now, fruits in Indonesia that are found in abundance is also dragon fruit and mangosteen, which are high in antioxidants. Mangosteen is good for the liver and skin as well as for the eyes. Mangosteen is my favorite fruit. After that, it is the mango. Mangosteen has a rich, sweet taste and is very comfortable in the mouth to chew. You have got to try mangosteen. It is a superb fruit that appeals to everybody, and they will make your smoothie taste so much better and make it more nutritious. Another product that is exported from Indonesia is rubber, which is plentiful here in this country. The bark is scraped and white sap comes oozing out into a cup, which is then processed. So this is how rubber is processed here in Indonesia. and made into rubber, which is then exported to the US, Europe, Canada, and elsewhere around the world. Cinnamon is another fruit or spice that is grown in Indonesia. The bark is scraped out and dried, and the result is cinnamon for baking, for cooking, and added to liquid drinks or pastries. Let's not forget about food in Holland, America. Food here is fantastic. They have everything you want, from Asian, Indonesian, Mexican, pizza, ramen soup. They have all the fruits and drinks and any beverages you want to consume. But after 3 days, you know you're eating very well, because you'll see your belly start getting larger. But you have the gym or a walk around the ship to help you burn those calories.
This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent, gotta kiss myself, so pretty. I'm too hot, call the police and a fireman. I'm too hot, make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. Hip hip, chin chin. 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 Hip hip.
Good morning from Holland, America. I hope you enjoyed the dance shows, the entertainment that they gave to the people. They are just superb dancers. They use modern ballet, jazz, all kinds of technique. They can do turns, pirouettes, jump like ballet dancers. Fantastic group. They call themselves One Step Movement. They're just outstanding. Just want to recapitulate my voyage so far. It has been superb. We started in Singapore and then on to Phuket to see temples and buy souvenirs. From there we went to Penang, where we can sample good food, go shopping, look at more temples, and then to the big city of Kuala Lumpur, which is considered one of the best shopping places in the world and the most advanced technologically, architecturally built cities in the world. People come here to do high-tech work and to just enjoy. And from there we went to Indonesia, we went to Samarang, Surabaya, and the last one was Bali. Bali, we had the opportunity to see nice Bali dancers and see arts, crafts, and beautiful pictures painted by Indonesians here. This ship has a wonderful capacity to do many things. Not only do they have great dance shows, comedians, but the food is excellent. They have anywhere from Indonesian, Malaysian, Filipino, Chinese food on Lido 9, and if you want to be served and given service, you go to deck 2 to the dining area. As far as the people are concerned, there are so many people from all over the world. We have a lot of Asians here. We got Chinese, Taiwanese, and Filipinos. Yes, lots of Filipinos, and children, of course. And we have people who are in their 70s, 80s, many who've retired already. Their children have grown up, they have money, pension, so they want to enjoy life and just explore the world for themselves, husband and wife team. But then also you have people on wheelchairs. Believe it or not, I saw 2 or 3, and then people who are pushing their wheelchair with the wheels, and people in canes. So you have to give your hats, take your hat off for these people, because they want to enjoy life no matter what the conditions of their body is. So this is the story of traveling. Traveling allows you, or if you want to enjoy the world, enjoy the culture, learn about people, learn a couple phrases in different languages, buy things you've never seen before. That is what traveling is all about, and this is why I travel. I travel to get data, talk to people, take pictures, do videography, so I can add to my book called I Travel to Learn, which I've passed around to crew members, to people I met in the streets, people I've met in different countries. So it has gone around the world. So I'm very proud of my book called I Travel to Learn. So I'm on my way now to Singapore and spend 4 nights there to see what the Singapore is all about. And Singapore is an absolutely beautiful city. I've seen it already because we departed from there. And so that's where I'm going to be on this last leg of my trip. Then I head home. Yes, this is what it's all about here. Traveling to learn and understand different cultures and meeting new people. So see you on the next leg of my trip. Merry Christmas to all my friends, family members, and relatives.